I would request Professor Smiita Pataskar ma'am to please take over. Professor Smiita Pataskar ma'am is an assistant professor, Department of Civil Engineering, D.Y. Patil College of Engineering, Akurdi. Ma'am has a teaching experience of 25 years, industry experience also. Ma'am is BE Civil and ME Civil in Construction and Management. She is a member of professional bodies, life member of Institution of Engineers India. She has written 3 books for University and North Maharashtra University related to project management and construction management. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible to you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, madam. Now let me share my screen with all of you. Okay. I hope my screen is visible to you all.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. And dear friends, dear all the students, now let us talk today in my session related with the construction management. Sonia madam, thanks for the introduction. And let me again tell you about the CESA GATE Academy. So it's a very good thing because I know CESA since last 20 for more than 25 years. And they were in the software training program, and now they have started with the GATE exam, the GATE Academy also, and so as a part of that, let us go through the construction management, this particular section. Now, this GATE CESA Academy is imparting software training since 2004, and it is also authorized official academic training partner for Bentley Systems, and there are so many other avenues and dimensions are there for CESA. So I had also from CESA for their training. Now, so I'm going to make a presentation on the construction management. So, you know the marking pattern. Again, I will not go through that. The two and engineering mathematics and as well as the our civil engineering part. So, out of that, if you even you know what are the questions for 1 mark and for 2 marks, who are having negative marking and so on. So now let me tell you what is about yeah. The syllabus of the section the structural engineering. Okay. So management, utilities cover the types of and it consists of total 65 questions. As you know, total marks are 100. Now, so if you divide that, you will understand that there are 2.77 minutes which are given, which you can spare for 1 mark, and 5.54 minutes you can spare for 2 marks, right? So now within, so let us, if you uh, 2 marks, because in this on that example you have to solve 5 minutes, you have to think, solve, and check. Now, for this particular section, that is section 2, there is no negative marking, which is a positive point. So, if you solve the example correctly, you will get complete marks. And the beauty of this particular section is what? You have to remember the steps and not the equations. Like for some of the other subjects, you have to remember the equations, you have to remember its combinations and its that way, this is a very simple thing. So I feel that these 2 marks are in your hand and you should not let it go. Now, let me give the what is taken from the GATE examinations directly. Earlier, in the earlier syllabus, project management was not included. So now this is GATE 2021, so this which is the latest one, and they have in this set 1, they have asked this particular question. So the total time of the project completion is asked. In 2021 set 2, they have asked the float of the activity. So a little one step ahead of. And in 2019 in set 1, they have given the problem for the crashing of the network, that is related with the first test. So now, let me demonstrate a point to you. Basically, now let us take this particular example. Now, when this example is given, you have to solve it. You have to check it within 5 minutes. Now, the gate is though the sufficient is to you. But now let me tell you that when you are appearing for the gate questions, you have to be very quick thinking, and then you have to appear, you have to go for the solution. Some of the problems are having the MCQs, some of them are not. So whatever you do, it has to be correct one. The calculations are to be correct. So for that, you have to be very precise. You should understand what methodology is, and then you have to carry on the example. Now, let me demonstrate a small thing to you. Now, this is the example which is given. Now, if I solve a number of questions, number of such problems, then let me tell you how much time is required for solving this example. Now, I will start my timer. Okay, and then I will just arrive at this particular example. Okay, I have started with the timer, and then now I'm drawing the network. So this is just a one small demonstration thing. Okay. Now you may not understand what I am doing. Okay, or I think you must have been very much accustomed with this project network also. Now this is a very rough sketch I am drawing. E has got 8 days, E has got 12. So I will explain you what is it later on and how to arrive at this particular solution. But I am doing it very fast. Okay, now here I have drawn a very rough network. Even I have not drawn any arrows also. I am not going to spend much time in that. Now, I have got the answer as 52, 56. Okay, it's 56 days. And now I have 2 minutes to finish that. Now, instead of 5.54 minutes, I have completed the whole network within 2 minutes. Now I have to recheck this particular whether 56 is correct or not. And I have to even check what happened in over here. Why this dotted line has been drawn, why this another dotted line has been drawn. So now I have to think on this process perfectly. And if you are good at drawing the network, then only you can do it within 2 minutes. Maybe I will take 30 seconds more, so that maybe within 2.5 minutes or up to 3 minutes, I will be completing my problem with the correct answer. Now, there are still 5.54 minutes which are remaining, which I can utilize it for solving the examples of other sections. Okay, so now actually this thing, I have to understand what is the theory behind this particular project management or the network, and then how to solve it. Now, this is a very initial type of problem where they have given a tricky solution or tricky question data for this particular area. So now, immediately I have to think on that. I have to restructure my project or the network, and then I have to arrive at a particular solution. So another example, now they have asked the float also. The float, that means it's a duration which is available, though the activity is delayed by some days. So now this float I have to calculate properly. So the earlier example, I would have finished within 2 minutes. Now this particular example, this say 2 example, it may require 30 seconds. And now here also, if I am going for crashing of the network, I may require 1 more minute to solve. Okay, so if you solve it correctly, definitely 5 minutes is a sufficient time for you to solve. And also, you cannot lose the 2 marks because there is no negative marking for this particular question. Okay, so is there any doubt about it? Anyone who is having any questions? Now you always remember, in GATE examination or whatever the competitive examinations which you are at,
Good evening once again, everyone. Welcome to our
am I audible?
yes, ma'am, you're right.
Yeah, yes. Thank you so much. So the students, I will again repeat because I didn't know if I was getting repeat. That whatever the competitive examinations you will be appearing for or the GATE examination, the way you are thinking on the problem, it is what it is going to decide your success in that examination. So now, so we start with the basic part of it. That is a KD. What is a network? What is the definition of a network? So basically, if you see the figure, if you see the sketch of the network, you will understand that okay, these are the only the intersecting horizontal and vertical lines. But when it is given by project management book of knowledge, it says that project can be defined as a temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or services. This is very, very important. Everything is based on the network. By one or the other way, you have to go for as a project manager in the company after a sufficient experience, then you usually are going to become the managers. So definitely everywhere this particular definition of project can be. And then a network is a graph depicting the sequence in which the project's terminal elements are to be communicated by showing the terminal elements and their dependencies. So you know there is a beginning, there is an end to the project, and in between there are so many number of activities from A to C over in this particular example. So now, when these all activities are linked together by the lines, by the arrows, their interdependencies have been given, and then you are going to arrive at a particular duration of the project. And at the same time, you will understand also what is the total cost required, what are the total resources required, and what is the cost of it. So there are some basis of network mapping. So it is given that activity. So activities, it is the project broken down into a number of distinct, well-defined jobs or tasks, then completed successfully and into the completion of the project, which is called as the activity. Activities consume time and except some dummy activity. Now, what is a dummy activity? In earlier example, you have used, you have to do that. Then you have to understand what is the dummy activity and when to use it. Then there is a node. The node is the beginning and end of the activity. Thus, activity is a unique job or task which flows between two successive nodes. So as you know, this is the activity A, which happens to run between nodes 1 to 2. A node is represented by a circle or a square and an activity by an arrow joining two successive events. So now 1 and 2 are the two successive events, and in between that activity A is running. Now next comes as the logic. So it is a technological sequence, the very important word, technological sequence, in which the different occurs so as to complete the project. It is derived by work breakdown structure. Maybe in our syllabus of it, this work breakdown structure is not given. So we will not stress more on this work breakdown structure. And network is a flow diagram which connects the different activities logically and sequentially. The theory part you have to remember only if any MCQs which may be asked in the examination. So to understand the theory is equally important as you do it for the problem. And next is the network diagram. So it is a graphical representation of different events or activities to be completed in sequential manner for the successful completion of the project. So this is about the very basic definitions of the network. Then another slide is representation of the activities. Activities can be represented as per your wish: oval, circular, rectangular, square, and triangle. When we are solving in the examination, we will not stress or we will not think more whether we are using a rectangle or a square or a triangle. Let us go for a circular one, and then immediately we should be able to solve the example very fast and accurately. So this is the activity A, spanning between 1 and 2, which are called as a nodes. The activity carries 5 days as the project duration, and its description is written on the arrow. So normally it is given in the examination as A, B, C, D, E, F, G. But when you may be doing it on the site, you have to get the complete information about the activity. So activities are represented by simple arrows which runs from left to right connecting two nodes. Yes, we have to remember always that a network, it is always spanning it from left to right. Okay, it cannot cannot be from right to left, or it cannot be also circular. That means you cannot have the activities which are again coming back to the previous activity. So this type of, this is called as a tangling activity, which is to be avoided. So if when you are drawing the network, such case it comes in your network, then definitely something is wrong with your network and you have to redraw it. The tail of the arrow represents the start of the activity and arrowhead represents the end of the activity. So like this is the start and this is the end. Length of the arrow neither represents the magnitude nor the time. So it is only just for the representation. And activity is not a vector quantity. That maybe sometimes if it is like this, it doesn't mean that you have to take the x and y components of it. So the total complete duration of suppose activity B, if it is 7 days, it will be as it is as 7 days, and no x and y components are being taken for activity B. And so the other introduction to the network. So system is required for the very planning of different jobs or activities. It makes the realistic schedules. It exercises effective control, periodical checking and evaluation of the progress of work in comparison with the planned schedule is being done. And the study current progress work and examine further allocation of resources is being done by the network. And optimum utilization of scarce resources, time and money is also done by the network. So now, let us go. Sonia, is there any time given for me? Please, shall I continue? Or
Anyways, ma'am, you can just finish the topic and then we can go ahead with the foundation part.
Sure.
Whatever topic is there, that you just complete that and then we can move to
Now I
foundation.
have completed the theory part of it, and
Yes.
similar kind of examples are there which are asked in the GATE examination, and I have just demonstrated how the problem is to be tackled. But the step by step is required, right? So that will be explained in the later stages. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And students, do you have any queries, questions related with this? I'm happy to share with you.